Welcome to my channel, Most Worth Coins. WC Today videos is one you won't to miss. We're diving into the world of coins, so let's get it started. The 1995 Australia $2 coin, bearing the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, is a highly recognizable and widely circulated piece of Australian currency that represents more than just monetary value. It is a cultural and historical symbol of modern Australia. First introduced in 1988, the $2 coin was created to replace the $2 note, which was deemed less durable and more costly to produce over time. As a result, the Australian government moved toward more efficient coinage, and the $2 coin was the last major denomination to be added to the decimal series that began in 1966, when Australia officially transitioned from the imperial pound system to the metric dollar and cent system. The 1995 issue belongs to the first decade of this coin's production and is part of a continuous run that would eventually become a key aspect of daily Australian commerce. At the forefront of the coin's design is the obverse, which features the third official coinage portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by renowned British sculptor Raphael David Makhlouf. This effigy, used from 1985 to 1998, portrays the Queen in a regal yet composed manner, wearing the George IV state diadem, an ornate crown encrusted with diamonds and traditionally worn at the state opening of Parliament. The Queen's image faces to the right, as is customary in Commonwealth coinage, alternating direction with each successive monarch. Surrounding this portrait are the inscriptions Elizabeth II to the left and Australia 1995 to the right, providing clear identification of both the issuing nation and the year of mintage. Turning to the reverse, we find a powerful and dignified depiction of an Aboriginal elder, a design created by artist Horst Hahn, a German-born engraver and designer who worked extensively with the Royal Australian Mint. This imagery is not based on any single individual, but is rather a composite representation intended to honor Australia's Indigenous heritage. The elder is shown with traditional beard and markings, his expression calm and contemplative. Behind him is the Southern Cross constellation, a celestial formation visible only in the Southern Hemisphere and often used as a symbol of Australian identity and unity. Also flanking the elder are two native Australian grass trees, Xanthoria, plants deeply significant to Aboriginal culture and the environment. The reverse is minimalist in text but rich in meaning, with only the denomination $2 inscribed to the right of the design. The decision to feature an Aboriginal figure was a profound one, especially in a time when the voices and cultures of Indigenous Australians were beginning to receive greater national and international recognition. The design remains unchanged to this day, continuing to evoke conversation about Australia's Indigenous peoples and the nation's colonial legacy. The 1995 coin is minted from a durable aluminium-bronze alloy composed of 92% copper, 6% aluminium, and 2% nickel, giving the coin its signature golden hue. The coin is small but solid, with a diameter of 20.5 mm, a thickness of 3.2 mm, and a mass of 6.60 grams, making it compact in the hand but easily identifiable by weight and feel. The edge is interrupted milled, a unique tactile feature designed to assist the visually impaired in distinguishing it from other coins. This interrupted milling consists of regularly spaced notches around the edge of the coin, unlike traditional continuous milling, making the coin especially distinctive. In terms of mintage, the Royal Australian Mint produced approximately 25.3 million of these coins in 1995. While this is a high number, it is not the highest among $2 coin issues, making the 1995 coin relatively common in circulation, but still interesting for collectors who focus on complete date sets. The coin was issued for general circulation only, with no known mint mark varieties or commemorative editions released that year. However, coins in uncirculated condition or sourced from mint and proof sets can still attract premiums from collectors, particularly those looking to preserve a historical sequence of coinage from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The monetary value of the 1995 $2 coin in circulation remains, of course, its face value. However, collector's value can vary significantly based on condition. Circulated examples usually trade close to face value, while uncirculated specimens may command between 5 and 15 AUD, depending on luster, strike quality, and lack of wear. Coins graded professionally or included in official mint sets could fetch higher prices. Although there are no official known errors for this year that are widely recognized, minting errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, cuds, or partial collar strikes can occasionally surface, and such anomalies may be highly valuable to error coin enthusiasts. Like all modern Australian coins featuring the Queen's portrait, the 1995 $2 coin is a part of the larger narrative of Australia's place in the Commonwealth and the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who appeared on Australian coinage from 1953 until her death in 2022. As of today, coins still bearing her image remain legal tender and continue to circulate widely, but newer coins with King Charles III are expected to eventually replace them in circulation. Historically and socially, the 1995 $2 coin holds immense importance. It symbolizes a continued effort by the Royal Australian Mint to produce durable, meaningful, and culturally respectful currency. While small in size, it stands as one of the most commonly used coins in the nation, seen daily by millions of Australians and visitors. The inclusion of Indigenous imagery on a mainstream coin continues to reflect Australia's efforts to recognize and reconcile with its complex history, offering a subtle but powerful visual reminder of the first peoples of the land. Over time, these coins not only serve in commerce but also act as markers of societal progress, values, and the passage of time. As such, the 1995 Elizabeth II $2 coin stands at the intersection of economy, design, politics, and culture. For numismatists and historians alike, it is not just a coin, but a miniature monument that fits in one's palm, representing the legacy of a monarch, the resilience of a nation's Indigenous identity, and the evolving journey of Australian society through the lens of its currency. The 1998 Australia $2 coin, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, is a fundamental piece of Australia's decimal coinage system, a symbol of everyday currency with deep-rooted historical and cultural meaning. This coin forms part of the broader decimal series introduced in 1966, when Australia officially replaced the imperial system of pounds, shillings, and pence with a decimalized structure based on dollars and cents. The $2 denomination itself, however, came later, in 1988, replacing the paper note of the same value in favor of a more durable coin. By the year 1998, this coin had become firmly established in both commerce and public consciousness. The obverse, head side, of the 1998 $2 coin features the second official effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, used in Australian coinage, designed by Raphael David Makhlouf, a renowned British sculptor. Makhlouf's depiction of the Queen shows her facing right, adorned with the George IV state diadem, worn traditionally at formal ceremonial events. This portrayal is distinguished by its refined and idealized style, reflecting dignity and a sense of timelessness. Encircling the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 1998, identifying the monarch, issuing country, and date of issue. This design was used on Australian coins from 1985 until it was replaced in 1999 by the more realistic effigy created by Ian Rank Broadley. Thus, 1998 represents the final year of the Makhlouf portrait on the $2 coin, making it historically significant for collectors focused on portrait transitions within the Elizabethan era of Australian numismatics. The reverse, tails side, of the 1998 $2 coin carries the familiar and iconic design introduced in 1988, created by Horst Hahne, a German-born engraver who made significant contributions to Australian currency art while working at the Royal Australian Mint. This side of the coin features a finely detailed image of an Aboriginal elder who is not modeled after any specific individual but is rather a symbolic and respectful representation of Australia's Indigenous people. The elder is shown in right-facing profile with characteristic facial features, a full beard, and hair tied back with a traditional headband. Flanking the elder are native grass trees, Xanthoruia, and the Southern Cross constellation, a group of stars that has long been associated with Australian identity and navigation in the Southern Hemisphere. These elements are integrated harmoniously to evoke a sense of heritage, resilience, and connection to the land. The only text on the reverse is the denomination $2, placed to the right of the central figure. The decision to feature an Indigenous elder on the nation's second highest value coin in regular circulation was both groundbreaking and significant, symbolizing growing national recognition of Aboriginal culture and the need for reconciliation in the broader narrative of Australia's colonial and post-colonial history. In terms of physical specifications, the 1998 $2 coin conforms to the standards set in 1988. It is composed of aluminium bronze, an alloy consisting of 92% copper, 6% aluminium, and 2% nickel, which gives the coin its distinct golden yellow coloration. It has a diameter of 20.5 millimeters, a thickness of 3.2 millimeter, and a weight of 6.60 grams. The coin's edge is interrupted milled, meaning it has alternating smooth and milled sections, an important tactile feature for the visually impaired and a distinguishing mark of the two denomination in Australian currency. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra was responsible for striking these coins. In 1998, the total number of $2 coins minted was 19.3 million, a relatively moderate figure when compared with some higher mintage years like 2015 or 2013, which saw tens of millions more coins struck. This makes the 1998 issue reasonably common in circulation, but potentially more appealing to date-set collectors, especially considering it was the last year to bear the Makhlouf portrait of the Queen. No special commemorative or colorized versions of the $2 coin were released in 1998. Those began later, in 2012, but any rare error coins from this year, such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or double strikes, can command higher premiums among specialists. From a numismatic value standpoint, the 1998 $2 coin in circulated condition typically remains at or near face value due to its high mintage and widespread availability. However, coins in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially those obtained from mint rolls or collector sets, can sell for $5 to $20 AUD, depending on eye appeal, strike quality, and whether the coin exhibits a full original golden luster. Professionally graded coins by services like PCGS or NGC may fetch even higher prices, especially in MS65 or MS66 condition, as collectors increasingly seek slabbed examples for registry sets and high-grade collections. Although the 1998 coin was not released in any special presentation packaging by the Royal Australian Mint, it was available in the general circulation and was occasionally included in third-party uncirculated coin rolls and year sets compiled by dealers or collectors. While it may not be a key date in terms of rarity, its place as the final year of the Makhlouf effigy gives it added value for those building full portrait sets or Queen Elizabeth II chronology collections. The cultural and symbolic importance of the 1998 $2 coin cannot be overstated. At a time when Australia was actively grappling with questions of national identity, reconciliation, and its colonial legacy, the continued presence of the Aboriginal elder on the reverse of the country's $2 coin was a powerful silent acknowledgement of First Nations peoples. It served as a subtle yet daily reminder to the millions who handled it each day that Australia's true history stretches far beyond European settlement in 1788. The design's longevity and unchanging nature is a testament to its resonance with the public and its suitability as a national symbol. Likewise, Queen Elizabeth II's image on the obverse marked the enduring presence of the constitutional monarchy and Australia's close historical, political, and cultural ties with the British Crown. The year 1998 was especially relevant in this context as it came during the final stretch of the Queen's portrayal in the Makloof design, just before the transition to the Rank Broadley portrait. Thus, collectors who are drawn to milestones or transitional years in royal portraiture often consider the 1998 $2 coin a cornerstone piece in any modern Australian decimal collection. In summary, the Elizabeth II Australia $2 1998 coin is far more than just a monetary unit. It is a cultural artifact that embodies Australia's Indigenous recognition, royal heritage, and economic transformation. It stands as the final chapter of the Makloof portrait era and a continuation of the enduring Aboriginal elder reverse. 1. Of the most respected and unchanged designs in global coinage. While common in everyday circulation, the 1998 issue holds a firm place in the hearts of collectors who appreciate not only the coin's artistic features and metal composition, but also the quiet dignity it carries in reflecting Australia's dual narrative, one of ancient roots and colonial evolution side by side. Whether held in hand, displayed in an album, or admired under a magnifier, the 1998 $2 coin captures a vital year in the legacy of Australian currency and remains a tangible connection to the social, political, and historical fabric of the nation.